ask yourself what you want to bring to the table when you're dating, when you're looking for a partner. What you gonna bring to the table? What you think you should provide? And then hit those things. Can you provide them for yourself? Can you provide themselves for 2 different people? Hit those goals and go from there. What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Nerdy Dating. I'm your host, Zakka. And what is Nerdy Dating? It's a relationship podcast from the viewpoint of a nerd here in Kansas City. And if you have questions, or you know friends, or somebody who has a question, they need a third person opinion that's going to give it to them straight, you can send it to alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. That's alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. Or you can put it in the comment section below, and I answer it on this podcast here. Now, let's go and get into today's episode. We're going to answer some questions from Twitter. So, I guess X, depending on who you look at. But the first one goes, does our culture idealize falling in love and not prioritizing staying in love? Our culture at this point, I think we do romanticize the falling in love part. We idealize this falling in love part, but what we don't work on, because if you watch, it's all from movies, TV shows, everything you see, the damsel in distress get saved by the strapping young lad, and then they go off into the sunset together, happily ever after. They get married at the end of the movie and be happy ever after, but you never see the after part of that marriage. You never see the after part of them going off in the sunset. You don't know what 2 years looks like, where they're not putting each other first anymore. They're not investing in each other. They're just sitting there and getting frustrated and whatnot. You don't see that anymore. What you see is the beginning part. You see the falling in love part, but you don't see the part afterwards. And it's also not prioritizing staying in love. It's picking the right partner. Who works best for you? Who works with you? Who works well? We are a team and not two separate individuals. Who works well with you? Nobody ever talks about that. It just talks about, oh, we meet this person, they look cute, she looks cute. Okay, we're perfect for each other now. And because we all just like vibe on the same thing, and then we go off in the sunset together, but you don't know what happens when they're around each other 24/7 or what their relationship is. So it's falling in love is one thing, but you gotta find the right partner. You just don't want to just get in a relationship because you're trying to like check a box. You don't want to do that. And I think a lot of people in our cultures talk about like you have to get to the next step. You gotta get a relationship, you gotta get married, you gotta have kids, so forth and so on. Versus, how about find the right partner first, then work on building a relationship, then get married, then have a kid and go forth from there. Versus you have to do this, this, and this because you do this, this, and this to check a box off. Down the line, your relationship's ending and you're like, well, I wasn't really happy from the jump. I didn't really want this person. I was just dating you because that's what I'm supposed to do. So to answer your question, their culture idealize falling in love and not prioritizing staying in love. They do idealize falling in love, but prioritizing staying in love is not the staying in love part. It's prioritizing finding the right partner that works best for you. All right, next question here. What should I do when she asks about what happened with my last relationship? So this is a dating question. Somebody asks, what should they do when she asks about what happened in my last relationship? Just be honest. Explain what happened. What's the worst thing gonna happen? Like, you know, by being honest, you'll go get the answer you want or the reaction you want. You're gonna lie about what happened to your last relationship. You're cheated, then tell that you cheated. Be upfront and honest with it, but explain why you did it. Now, some people are like, okay, you cheat, that's a red flag or a deal breaker, I'm out. So be it. That's their prerogative. But you don't want to be in a relationship with somebody and they kind of find out, years later or months later that you didn't tell the truth, and then they're not going to trust you already. So they're already like wasn't sure, and then right there, because you lied, they're all gonna be out. So just be upfront and honest what happened in your last relationship. Don't put the blame on anybody. Just be upfront on what happened. Look at what you could have did right, what you did wrong, and just say, hey, this is how I felt in the situation. This is why I removed myself from it, or this is why I did this, and I feel horrible about it. I would never do that again. Would never put somebody through that. Just be upfront and honest. It's the best way to go. Can someone still like you while contact is inconsistent? Is the next question. Someone still like you while contact is inconsistent. Well, what's your communication style? Yes, somebody can still like you when contact is inconsistent, but if that person's trying to put forth effort of meeting you, or put forth effort trying to talk to you, put forth effort trying to do something, and you're not you're not giving that same energy back, then they're gonna move on, and vice versa. You're putting effort in, and somebody's not giving that telling you, hey, I'm busy. Hey, I'm working on this. I'll contact when you get back. I contact when I get done. I contact you when I get free. And they get free to call you back immediately, or they're free to text you. And maybe like a few hours and they text you back, but like inconsistent. You're talking about like, well, it's been 4 days. I wouldn't say they like you like that. They're not putting you as a priority or putting you at the top of their mind. And they're not choosing to date you. I would go move on. If you're like trying to reach out, hey, let's go on a date here, let's do this, and they're not reciprocating that back, then all right, cool. They can like you, but it doesn't mean they actually want to be with you. There's two different things there. Next question. Can someone please explain to me why in today's endless method of communication, why you need my phone number when we met on an app that allows for phone calls and FaceTime? They want to get off the app. They don't want to be on the apps. Like, nobody just want to constantly communicate on the apps. I just want to be contacted on Facebook. I want to be contacted on Instagram. I want to be contacted on Snapchat. I want to be contacted only on Hinge or whatever dating app. Nobody just wants to be on the apps. They want to get off the apps. It's more personable to have your phone number. If you have somebody via apps, you're like, okay, I'm just a side piece at that point. So that's why they ask for your phone number. They don't want to be considered a side piece. They want to try to get to know you more and move forward. Now, if you have a preference of like, hey, I don't get my phone number out until we actually meet in person, that's it. I don't get my phone number out until a second or third date. That's your prerogative. That's how you want to move. You can navigate that way. You're like, I don't want to get my phone number out off the bat. That's cool. But explain that to somebody. Say, hey, I don't want to get my phone number out. Because that person's like, well, for me, I don't mind getting my phone number out. Easier to communicate with you. But if they're like, no, I don't want to get my phone number out. All right, cool. Explain why. Explain. Next question. How many dates does it take for you to know if you're interested in someone? From a guy's perspective, date 1. Heck, it can be prior to the date. You know, I'm interested in this person. Now, if I'm interested in moving into a relationship or interested in just hooking up, those are two different things. I can talk to somebody and be interested in hooking up with them as a male and not interested in having a relationship with them. There are two different things that come with that. Physical attraction, okay, we're just hooking up, having a good time, fine. But then there's like, all right, what are the qualities in here that make somebody want to be in a relationship? For me, personally, it's going to take 2, 3, maybe 4, 5, 6 dates where I'm like, okay, I can see this person as a potential partner that I want to move forward with. But just be like, I'm interested in this person, I want to get to know this person more prior to date 1. Like, if I'm seeing a dating app, I'm straight right on you. I'm already interested in talking to you. If I see you in person, I'm already know I'm here for, like, I'm here for this. I'm here. But it's like, okay, I'm gonna move into a relationship. Well, that can take a few days to see if that person vibes with me, see that person's a good person, see that person communicates, funny, play off of, competitive. Like, there's so many things that goes into what a relationship looks like versus just, oh, I'm here to have a fun time and hook up and see where things, like, not even see where things go. Just like, all right, we're here to have fun. Like, those are two different things versus I'm here to have fun and have a relationship versus I'm just here to have fun and I don't care what happens next. Why are men so comfortable pulling up to a woman's house after 5 minutes of knowing them? There's no fear for us. Like, there's no fear for us pulling up to a lady's house and the thought of harm coming our way. That is why men are so comfortable with that. The likelihood of you going ready to stab me when I walk that door and rob me of my money is a percentage, but like, it's not that likely. Like, I've not been over to a lady's house and the moment I walked the door, she got me a knife, put a gun in my face, and then took my money. Like, I haven't been robbed that way. Guys don't have that fear. While ladies, on the other hand, there is that fear of like, if I move to come to this dude place, I don't know him, I don't know what he's into, I don't know what he's trying to do to me, I'm terrified. Like, I can see that fear for a lady's perspective where, yes, you don't know that guy, you don't know what he's into, you know what he's about, and predators are more, I hate to say it, but it's a reality, it's a sad reality, but predators tend to be more male. It's horrible, I know. But women are not usually the predator in the situation. Now, women were predators, like men were, yeah, men wouldn't be so quick to pull up to a girl's place, like, hey, I'm here, 5 minutes after meeting her on a dating app, or 5 minutes of meeting her in person. Because the guy, at the end of the day, if you're pulling up like that, they're thinking that we're going to get some cuddle time, probably some sex, and that, like, hit it and quit it kind of thing, or just hit it and move on and see what happens next. But at least cuddle interaction. Heck, we might sit there and talk for a little bit, cuddle, kiss, make out, heavy petting, probably the minimum we'll expect to get out of that situation if we're pulling up to a girl's place. Now, is that the right thing to think about? No, but that's what would go through our minds. We're not thinking of, oh, I'm gonna drive up to her house and she's gonna shoot me in the face with a gun and take my money. We're not thinking that. We're not thinking that. We should. Today's era, we probably should think about like, she probably have a group of people ready to set me up. And sometimes when I was single and I did go to some girl place, I would think that like, hey, I might not come out alive in this situation. She might about to, run game on me and, take my money and beat me up. Probably have a group of people ready to go, because that's terrifying. Pull to a place at 9:00 p.m. and then all of a sudden, there's like her and 3 dudes, and you're like, oh, well, I'm about to get robbed. But that 9 times out of 10, that's not there. Like, it only takes one time, but really that 9 times out of 10 is not there. While a guy or a girl in that situation will feel more uncomfortable because she don't know what they do is capable of. And the horror story that come with that. Men, if they had more horror story getting robbed by women, we probably wouldn't go out to a girl's house 5 minutes meeting her. I know that's an extreme case, but I'm just giving you an example there. All right, next question. What are some attributes you want to emphasize on a dating profile? Attributes you want to emphasize on a dating profile. What are you into? What are your likes? That's what you should emphasize on the dating profile. Yes, you want to emphasize like what your intentions are. Are you on there just to date and have fun? Are you on there looking for a lifelong partner? Or on there looking for a long-term partner? Are you looking for just somebody to pass the time with? Are you looking for a marriage at the end goal? Like, put your end goal on there for one. Then 2, put on there what you're into. What are your things like doing? You like going fishing, like being in the wilderness, you like video gaming, you like watching movies, you like watching sports, you like watching reality TV, you like discussing stuff, you like being out and about, like exploring and going to different parts of the city, you like going to different coffee shops. Like, put that out there so that person know when they talk to you what they're getting themselves into. Do not put on there your negatives. Do not put on there, I don't want somebody who doesn't have a job. I don't want somebody who doesn't have a car. I don't want somebody who's not 6 foot. I don't want somebody who's this. Don't do that, because that's going to cut off, one, you sound negative, and nobody wants a negative person. So put the things you like, what you're interested in, and plus, how you know somebody doesn't like you, they're not going to swipe right on you. They're going to swipe left. So you don't need to put on there what you're not into. Put on there what you're into, put on there, what your end goal is, and move forward from there. Next question. Is being late without a warning a red flag? Yeah, it's a red flag. Heck, for some people, it could be a deal breaker. Plain and simple. Because you're not being considerate of the person that you're going to meet's time. You should at least say, hey, I'm going to be late. Maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Be upfront with that. Or can we reschedule because something came up? How about next Thursday? Like, if you decide to do the reschedule part, at least put a date and time on there versus just, oh, can we reschedule? Well, don't leave the ball in the other person's court, because I'll be like, no, I'm not going to reschedule with you. When you're going to do that, you're the person who's going to be late. You need to be the one to be like, emphasize and communicate where you're going to be. Why, like, not why, but like, something came up, I'm coming a little bit late, I'll be there, or I can't make it, can we reschedule? How about the next day blank? You have to put that time frame in. If you don't do that, then it's not going to, you're being a jerk. All right, last question here. What are your thoughts on first dates sharing too much information? What are my thoughts on first date sharing too much information? I don't think it's an issue. For me, I wouldn't mind too much information being shared, because that gives me the idea right then and there if I want to stay with somebody or not stay with somebody. The more honest you are with me, the better. But there are people who like, I don't need to know your whole backstory and life story and all this stuff. Also, make sure you're asking questions, though. If you're just talking, and you're not giving the other person a chance to talk back and have a conversation, that could be a problem. So you're giving way too much information, but not giving me time to explain or talk to you and have a conversation back and forth, a ping pong. It's not going to work. But as far as too much information, I don't mind it, but there are some people who probably get a little uneasy. Like, they just dropped their whole life on me date one. Like, that's super serious. Some people not ask what their intentions are. If they're just here to have fun, then you probably don't need to get super serious. But they ask a question, then go ahead and answer the question. But I would not be giving all this information in when somebody is not even, here for just a serious situation. They're here just to have fun. Then gauge that. Ask the person what they're into or what they're looking for before gauging how much information you should give. What are your thoughts on a date constantly interrupting you? That's a deal breaker. If you're constantly interrupting me, that's a deal breaker, especially on a first date. This is the first time meeting each other, and you ask me a question, I start answering, and you just rate it. Like, the moment I answer, you start talking again, or I get my 2 words in, and then you start talking again, you just want to hear yourself talk. That's a deal breaker, because you're not open to communication, and you won't take the time to listen to what's happening. Maybe having the other day, I need a rant. I'm going off on a tangent, and you are just ready to talk the moment I say something. Like, that's a deal breaker for me. Interrupting you constantly. All right, last one here. If you're not feeling it, what is the best way to end a match? Be upfront, let it fade, tell them the hurtful reason why. Do you have a best practice? If you're not feeling it, it was the best way to end a match. So I'm going to assume you haven't met in person. But if you've been talking for weeks and haven't done anything, like just talking to ask for reason and not plan a date, I would say be upfront, say, hey, I met somebody else. I'm gonna take a look. I guess they can see your status online or not. You can say I met somebody else. I'm going to take, see where this goes. It's been fun talking to you, but I wish you the best. Or I would rather you be upfront and honest. If you've been talking weeks now, and you just talked a day, and you send a question back and they didn't respond back to you, or you send a response back, they didn't respond back to you, then let it fade. Let it fade. But if they're constantly responding back, be the last person to say, like, hey, I am not feeling it. I wouldn't say I don't feel, I just met somebody else and I would move on. And I wish you the best of luck on the apps. That's the way I would do it. Tell them the hurtful reason why. I wouldn't tell them the hurtful reason why. If you never met them in person, don't do that. Now, if you met them in person, I've been on 4 or 5 dates, and it's been a couple of months, you need to tell them, like, hey, I'm not feeling it anymore. I'm going to move on. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time, but I'm moving on. Just be upfront after meeting. But you never met in person, just let them know, like, if you're talking weeks on the app, that's the bad part. You're talking weeks on the app, and you haven't been on a date yet, and haven't been in person, it's cool to just let you know, like, hey, I met somebody else. I'm going to pursue that. Thank you, though. I hope you wish you the best. Best way to go about that. All right, last one. This is actually going to be 2 more, actually, and then we're going to move on to TikTok. On a scale of 1 to 10, how important is the person's money and credit when it comes to considering a potential mate? For me as a guy, I don't care. Here's why. It is because I am expecting to be the provider. I'm expecting to be the one who brings in more money, and I might not be there, at a certain time meeting this person, but at the end of the day, by it's all said and done, I want to be the one who's bringing in more money, and that's just that's my perspective. I want to be the one to provide. So I don't care how much money my partner brings to the table or what their credit is, because that's not why I'm dating them for. I'm not dating for financial status. I'm not dating for credit. I'm not dating for that. I don't care. If I, date somebody and they have more money than me, like, awesome, that's great for you, but that's your money. That's not mine. And if we get married, I don't expect, that's the conversation we're going to have down the line. But to me, I was like, that's still your money. It's not mine. So I don't care what your financial status is. I got to work on mine. I get mine up. I got to get better. Let's level up in life over here. This is my viewpoint. But then there might be some dudes who do look at somebody's financial status and say, like, oh, I don't want somebody whose credit is not that good. Heck, we all go through hardships. Life happens. I understand that. So I'm like, okay, you got to work on yourself. Cool. I'm going to work on myself too. But there'll probably be some dudes who, like, I want her to be financially stable. That's that dude's prerogative. But for me, it is, I don't care. Now, on the flip side, a lot of women, they will say that they care about financial status. You listen to podcasts, listen to people talk on TikTok and Instagram, and listen to read books. There's a lot of women who prioritize financial status. They prioritize where they at money-wise. They like, you hear women say, I want a guy who makes 100 grand. I want a guy who makes 300 grand. I want a guy, 70K. They want somebody who has money, because for them, that it brings security and stability for them. That's what they're looking for. Granted on how much money they bring to the table, whether they bring money or not. Like, if one girl I talked to, she's like, there'll be a point where I'm going to stop working. I'm going to have a kid. I'm going to raise the kid for 5 years. I'm going to stop working. I knew in that relationship, that talking point while I was talking to the person, getting to know them, that, like, I'm going to bring in more money to cover not just 1, 2, but 3 people, because she's like, I'm not going to work for 5 years. there's 3 mouths to feed. I'm gonna have to level up even higher. And my thing is, like, I need to be to the point financially where I can, provide for 3 mouths or 4 mouths. So to me, I want to be a provider. So I don't think of a lady's financial status at all, because I do not expect to be taken care of by somebody else. That's the way I look at it. However, ladies and women are taught differently, and taught that a guy should be a provider, the guy, and that's probably where my viewpoint comes from too, but taught a guy should be a provider. So they want to get that guy who's already at 100K. They want to get that guy who's already at 300K or 70K or 80K or whatever their number, 50K. They want to get that guy who's already there, so that way they can, easily not worry about it. Versus a guy, we have to work hard to get there. It's not going to be just given. We're not going to be able to just walk out and somebody gives us 100K a year. We have to work our way up to it. But a lady can't go find a guy who already making 100K and slide her way in. And slide another word, but just match that person if they work well. When a guy asks you to be exclusive, does that mean you have to be a boyfriend, or does that mean you just don't see anyone? You don't see anyone else? Exclusive to me, I'm not a fan of exclusive, and here's why. You're going to be exclusive with somebody, it just means you're already boyfriend, girlfriend, but apparently exclusive is like that middle point between dating and seeing other people to, like, we're only seeing each other to, then it's boyfriend, girlfriend. But to me, you're being exclusive with somebody, you're already giving somebody the house and the food and everything. You're already doing all the things you do in a boyfriend, girlfriend. You're just not seeing anybody else. That's the same thing a boyfriend, girlfriend is. It's dating, you're not seeing anybody else. But exclusives kind of get the dude to be like, well, I can still be, looking around, but I'm not messing with anybody. I'm only seeing you. And it gives the girl a chance to be looking around, but not messing with anybody, just only seeing them. At that point, you guys are boyfriend, girlfriend. Just go ahead and be in a relationship. I wouldn't accept exclusive if I was somebody, in that situation. I would not accept it. I'm like, either we're boyfriend, girlfriend, or we're not. We're still dating around. That's what I would call it. Those are 2 options, because when you start adding that third one in, all of a sudden somebody does something and you're like, well, I thought we was dating, boyfriend, girlfriend. Like, no, it was exclusive. But what's the difference? If you can explain what the difference is, that'd be great. But I have never heard somebody give me a good example of what's exclusive compared to boyfriend, girlfriend relationship. Nobody has ever given me a good example of that. Nobody. Because it's pretty much the same exact thing. And if you can tell me an example, go ahead and put it in the comment section below. If you can't, you know why. It's the same thing. Just saying. All right, let's go and get some TikToks here. This first one's from Lizzie Ann. Let's go.
Let's talk about dating and just how much different it is for girls than for guys. My friends and I were talking about why we see so many hot girls dating ugly guys, but no hot guys dating girls below their league. And we came to this one conclusion. Riz just doesn't exist for girls, at least not to the same extent that it does for guys. And that's because for girls, there's so many different factors that go into what makes a guy attractive. Like if they're funny, if they're nice, if they're caring, if your values align, how good your charisma is, or your Riz. All of these things combine into like a decision of whether a guy's attractive or not. But for guys, they make a decision in a split second on if you're worth pursuing or not. And it's just entirely based on how you look. And girls are also like a lot more willing to change their opinion on someone as they get to know them. But I feel like for guys, it's a lot harder to change what their like initial impression of a girl is. So essentially, like a guy can just use his Riz and charm his way up to like actually get a girl to like him. That's why you see so many hot girls dating ugly guys. But for girls, it's like a lot harder to do that because a guy just already like makes that initial snap judgment of you. And that's why like the beauty industry is such a huge industry. So many like young girls think that, especially like in the eyes of men, the only way to increase your value is by like altering your appearance and being prettier. At the end of the day, I think it just comes down to the fact that women have always just been valued for their looks and nothing more than that. So I don't know, Riz just isn't really a thing for girls.
Okay, and that was why guys don't date down. So she was saying that like guys worry more about physical attraction than it does come to everything else. And yeah, that she's not wrong. She's not wrong. That's, I guess, guys date down as far as beauty standards go. I don't know. We don't date down. Because there's dudes who get with girls. Beauty for a guy is different from whatever. It's different. It's different on any scale. Cause we can mess with any type of girl. Like I mentioned in a previous podcast, that like go through the type of women that we have all slept with, and you'll find a different variety of women from different sizes to different looks, to different colors, to different races, all different type of flavor of ice cream we have been with, height, everything. So it's not that we date down. We don't look at it as dating down. We don't look at it at all. We just like, okay, I find her attractive. She's attractive no matter what she looks like. I find her attractive. I'm going to go talk to her. That gets us in the door. And then from there, okay, what keeps us is the personality. What keeps us is what she's into, how she adds to my life. Does she argue with me every single day and has frustration? I don't want to be around with that. But she was like, okay, you know what? She's cool. She's funny. She's goofy. She brings joy and adds value to my life. I'm going to stay around for that. But it's up to the guy, whatever his value, what his definition of what value is to him, for him to be that to stick around. But eventually, what's going to get us there is attraction, and what's going to we're going to be attracted to her. We want to see what she looks like with her clothes off. We want that. It is what it is. Like that's what we're attracted to. Versus, and we know right then and there, we know like if we're not attracted to her, we're going to leave. We're not gonna stick around to her. Now, a horrible dude be like, I'm gonna hook up with her, then leave, cause I don't know. See her, or I'm attracted enough to hook up with her, but not attracted enough to stay in a relationship with her. Cause I don't see any value of her bringing to me relationship wise. But I'm attracted enough to hook up with her. Now, and that's why a guy on the first date, we could be like one date and we're done. We just don't want to pursue more. Versus like, oh, well, she wasn't the cutest, but maybe she was kind of goofy, or she wasn't the cutest. But the guy's gonna look around and be like, yeah, my girlfriend's not cute. He's not gonna stay around. He's not. Like, you won't hear a dude ever say that. You never hear a dude say that, unless he's an asshole and just a dick. You're not gonna hear a dude ever call his girl ugly. Never. And unless he's a manipulative, horrible person who trying to put somebody down, you'll never hear a guy call his girlfriend ugly. You never hear a guy say that his girlfriend wasn't good looking that day. You'll never hear a guy say his girlfriend wasn't the most beautiful thing he saw when she walks in the room. He's not going to say that. He's not going to say like, oh, she was ugly, man. My girlfriend don't look hot. My girlfriend look like trash. My girlfriend like shit. What dude would say that? What dude would even say that? Like no. He would never look at his girl like that. Unless he's an asshole, a narcissist, manipulative person, then in that case, you got to get it out. You don't want to be around that dude. You don't want to be around that guy at all. But yeah, we don't look at beauty that way. We don't look at beauty as dating down. We don't look at beauty as like a down thing. Like, we don't. Like, we're attracted to what we're attracted to. Attraction gets us there. So the whole thing about like, why guys don't date down, but girls date down as far as attraction goes, because we're not dating. Attraction keeps us in the door, and then from there is personality and next thing level. We're not sitting there and be like, I don't find her attractive, but hey, at least she's funny. Because what the next attractive person come along, and the dude gonna be like looking all over her. Like, nah, we want to be attracted to our girlfriend. We want to be attracted to our girl, to our women, to our wives. We want to be attracted to them. That's what we want. So we're gonna date somebody that we're attracted to. Just saying. All right. Next video here. This is from Prince of Lifestyle. Let's see what we got.
Do not do this when you're trying to get your ex back. Do not do this under any circumstances, bro. So I knew a guy. He was in a relationship with his girl for about 6 years. This was a long time, and they ended up breaking up. And so she broke up with him. She wanted to move on, try different things. She wanted to take a break. So what did he do? Him being a logical thinking guy, what he ended up doing, he ends up texting her more, saying like, hey, I'm sorry, I really miss you. Let's try and work this out. He tries to be overly nice. He tries to get her flowers. He tries to say, hey, we should talk things out. Make it say, hey, we keep on working things out. We're going to eventually get back together. But the sad reality is, bros, that never works. So don't try that. It might work sometimes, but most of the time it doesn't work. So instead, what you're going to do is, bro, She watching your Instagram stories, bro. Start posting Instagram story and move on, bro. Start posting that you working out, that you looking better, that you eating good. Now she gonna be wondering, he hasn't hit me up in this long, but he's enjoying life. Now she gonna hit you back up.
I agree with him to an extent. I do agree with him where, like, stop texting your ex. Let them live their life. You go focus on yourself. I agree with what he's saying with that. Focus on yourself, but don't go focus on yourself because you're trying to get your ex back. Don't do that. Do not try to get your ex back. If you break up, and there's a reason why you guys broke up. There's a reason why you guys didn't work. So focus on what can you do better next time. Focus on what you want out of a relationship. Take what you liked from that relationship. Take what you didn't like from that relationship. Put it in a list and like, okay, I want to find this my next partner. I want to find all the things that made me happy, that I enjoyed, that, you know, it was a fun time. And I don't want to find this my next partner that, you know, gave me stress, gave me this, or we wasn't certain, or this, or whatever the case may be. I don't want that. Just put that there, and then go work on yourself. But while you're getting out there, like, take time for yourself. Maybe you take time away from dating. Maybe it might be a year. Maybe it might be 2 years. Wherever your gap is away from dating, maybe take time away from that. Take that out. Like, take that out the picture. And get dating out the picture and just focus on yourself. Like you said, like, start eating good, start working out, start, you know, doing things that make you happy. If you want to go read books, go start reading books. Go to the bookstore. Go do things that you enjoy. Post on social media because you want to post on social media. Don't post on social media for somebody else. Like, he's like, oh, post on social media, she's watching your stories and then make her come back to you. No, don't post on social media for her to come back to you. Post on social media because you want to. And eventually, if she does, y'all go take this, you know, break up, and if she does say, like, you know what, come back around, say, hey, I want to talk to you, get coffee, whatever the case may be, meet you in person. You have the option to say yes, I'm down to try it. I'm not doing anything. Or you can be like, no, I'm good. I took time to heal for myself. I'm going to move on. Don't try to get your ex back. Live your life. And your ex does come back in, they swing back around, you have the option to engage with them or not. But do not try to get your ex back. Don't do that. Don't focus on yourself. You broke up for a reason. Go focus on yourself. Live your life. And then move on from there. All right. Next video. And this is from Discovering Devin. Struggling with dating American men. This is what she's talking about.
I am done. Finished finito with American men. No, because tell me why that men here can't plan for shit. Even when they ask you out, they still expect you to plan your own date. Yet I have not one, not two, 3 men that I met in France who are texting and calling me, who are making plans 3 months in advance for when I come to visit. It's really not that hard. I might be on the hunt for a green card this summer.
Well, dang.
I am done. Finished.
Well, dang. Okay. Well, one, hold up. Pause for a moment. There's 2 things there. One, men make a plan. You listen to her. Listen to her. Make a plan. Listen to her. Women love a plan. Make a plan. Do not don't say, oh, let's get together sometime and then leave it in her hands. No, you be like, hey, let's get together. How about next Saturday? How about brunch? Let's get together. How about next Thursday? How about dinner? Let's get together. Let's go to the arcade next Sunday. What time are you free? What time are you available? Make the plan, set it up so that way you guys know what's going on, and she will appreciate that more. And then she wants to make a plan one day, let her make a plan. But you make the plan first. You make the plan. You take the step. Make the plan. Don't say, what do you want to do? Say, hey, find out what she's interested in. Okay, cool. But then you like, hey, let's go do something that we both might enjoy. Let's go do something we both interested in. You make the plan. You set the date. Don't be like, okay, where you want to go? No, if you gonna do date night, you set it up and like, we're gonna meet here. Be ready. Let's go. Dress up. Look good. I got you. Don't worry about the bill. I'm covering it. Like, you make the plan, guys. Now, the French situation here, where she's all the guys, so she's not in France yet. It's 3 months till she go to France, and they are making plans. She's probably on a dating apps matching with them. Yeah, they know that she's not gonna be in town. So they're going to make plans. And then most likely those dudes, because she's going to be there short term, they're there to have fun. Now, maybe she's there to have fun too. I don't know what her prerogative is. But yeah, they're like, okay, I'm going to set things up. Like when you get over here, we're going to go to this place. I'm going to pay for this, get you covered. And, you know, they're looking to have a good time. That's why they're setting it up already. They're setting that dream, that fantasy. Men in America do the same thing. Set that fantasy. Get a plate, get a date, get his house hair dressed up. Gonna go out and do something fun. Let's go. Set the scene. Like, okay, is it casual? Is it low? Is it not casual? Is it super low? Let the scene be known before you guys go and do something. So, yeah, make a plan. I agree with her. Make a plan. All right, last video here. This is the Prince of Lifestyle video. And so dating is hard for average guys. Let's see what he has to say.
Dating is hard for the average guy. It's competitive, even for a guy who's above average, especially in this area, because like in this area, you everyone's pretty successful once you get over 26, 25. There's a lot of good government jobs, so people have money, so you can't even use your money. There's a lot of attractive guys. There's a lot of colleges here, so it's very competitive. So that's why a lot of times, like I tell guys, like you really have to really become the best possible version of yourself when it comes to finance, when it comes to looks, when it comes to your charisma, your social circle. But for the average guy, it's hard. But you can find a girl. I won't say it's the easiest process, but you have to be optimistic.
Okay, yeah, dating market is more competitive. It is what it is. The dating market is more competitive. More people got more options to date, and people are not settling. You don't want somebody to settle for you. I don't want somebody to settle for me. That sounds so depressing to hear somebody say like, "I settled for you." I'm like, oh. Thanks. Like, I don't want somebody to tell me that. Like, yeah, so you feel like you're not financially ready to date, then get yourself there. I would not stop dating. You still gotta get your reps. You still gotta go out there and practice. Practice, like, just approach women, talk to women, go there and talk and get comfortable with dating so you understand what dating is like when you find that person that you want to be with. Like, you're gonna have to talk to multiple people to find the one that works best for you. So don't just sit there and be like, well, I'm just going to sit in the dark corner and be social awkward. Like, no, you have to go put yourself out there. But if you're not there yet, work on yourself. Keep working on yourself. Keep being the best part of you. Be the best version of you. So that way you can meet the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with. And you want to meet the person who works best for you. Yes, it's competitive. It's going to be hard because everybody else is out there doing the same thing. And also the job market is now equal opportunity, which is a great thing. So you had to be like, all right, if everybody's stepping up here, the bar been raised to here, well, I got to raise my bar higher. I can't be basic. I'm going to have to go up above to be where I want to be and meet the person I want to meet. So yes, keep working on yourself, and the whole charisma thing, just be yourself. Like this whole Riz thing it means charisma. Like the person got so much charisma. It's confidence at the same time. Just be who you are, be yourself. But like understand that, like, ask yourself what you want to bring to the table when you're dating, when you're looking for a partner. What you gonna bring to the table? What you think you should provide? And then hit those things. Can you provide those for yourself? Can you provide themselves for two different people? Hit those goals and go from there. That's what you need to look for versus, I'm not gonna find the right person. The girls are only flying after those dudes who make the money. Then you go make the money too. It's equal opportunity out here. Everybody go get that money. Go get that bag. Go get your bag. That girl come. Now, make sure when she come after you get that bag, she's not dating you for that bag. She's not dating you for that money. She's dating you for you and by you. How you figure that out is not always throwing your money around. Not always throwing what you got around. Get to know that person. Maybe you need to go do a date where it is a chill date, where you go to a hole-in-the-wall bar, a hole-in-the-wall place, and you get to know each other. Go on a low-budget date and see how they react to it. Maybe you go pick up a car that's not, like, maybe your car you're driving is not the fancy car. Maybe you just drive a regular car and see how she reacts to you. Like, you can meet the person that you want to meet and date and be there for you by not just, I got all this money and you flying around. Don't do that. Don't be that guy. Well, if that's what she's into, then she's gonna find a dude who flies it. He's probably faking the phone. But she genuinely want to be with you. She genuinely want to be with you. And you'll know that by her actions. And same for you. Like, you want to be with somebody, show that you want to be with them. Don't just talk about it. Be about it, don't talk about it. All right, I'm done with the TikToks for now. All right, Reddit time. So, the first one is, girlfriend liking pics of guys she cheated on me with. My girlfriend cheated on me with a guy a few months back, and we moved past it, and I've forgiven her. I noticed today that she still likes the picture of the guy she cheated on me with. I'm extremely annoyed and feel disrespected. Is this behavior okay, or am I just blowing it up out of proportion? I'm yet to mention any of this to her. Would love different opinions on this. Your girl is cheating on you. She liking a picture of a guy that she cheated on you with. I would talk to her about that. I'd be like, hey, you cheated on me with this dude. You said no, you're not with him anymore. You chose me over him. We're moving on together. I would feel comfortable if you, like, I know you don't want to tell somebody to live their life, but at least tell her how you feel about that. Like, I don't feel comfortable with you liking his pictures. And she goes, well, if I'm just liking the pictures, it doesn't mean anything. Then you should be like, all right, I'm going to step out. I'm going to, like, maybe we should not be together because you're liking the picture of the guy that you cheat on me with. That means you still, in my eyes, seem like you still earning for that dude's attention, earning for his attraction, whatever the case may be. Because guys don't get liked on by a lot of girls like that. So if dude's getting liked like that, he's noticing. So if he's noticing the girl that he cheated with on you, he's looking at that, he see those pictures coming in, he's like, oh, she still wants me. He's going to think that. So I would tell her, it made me feel uncomfortable that you are liking his pictures. I appreciate you didn't like his pictures. And she's like, well, I'm just liking a picture. What does a like mean? Explain, like, it's not about the like. It's about letting him know that you're giving him attention, that I don't feel comfortable in a relationship with you liking his stuff. Be upfront and honest with that. I don't feel comfortable that you're liking his stuff because you cheated on him with me. Or you cheated on him with, you know what I'm trying to say. You cheated on him. You cheated on me with him. You cheated on me with him. I don't like that. I don't feel comfortable that you're liking his picture because you cheated on me. You cheated on me with him. You cheated with him. You cheated with him. I don't feel comfortable. Be upfront and tell her that. Like, it doesn't make me feel comfortable with our relationship. It feels like, to me, that you're going to leave me once again to go back with him. And that's what you want. Like, I want to remove myself from the situation. If she says, like, well, I don't care about that, I'm going to continue liking his stuff, then you be like, all right, I'm going to remove myself from the situation. Maybe time we need to break up, or time we go our separate ways. Because I don't feel comfortable, and you don't want to be in a relationship you don't feel comfortable and secure in. If she's like, I apologize, I didn't know that made you feel a certain way, I'm not going to like his picture anymore, I'm committed to you, watch her actions. If she's not liking his picture, and matter of fact, she goes above and beyond and block that person, that'd be even great. But the fact that she didn't block him, that she still likes the pictures, to me, it's like she's still trying to get that guy's attention. And I would personally be like, I'll remove myself from the situation. That's the only thing you can do. If you're not secure in a relationship, move yourself from the situation. You say you got over it, but yet you're still not comfortable with her liking his pictures, then you gotta go. I wouldn't feel comfortable, to be honest. I'd be like, I don't feel comfortable that you liking, the guy that you cheated with. Like, I don't like that. I don't like the fact that you're still giving him attention and let him know that you're still, like, there. Cause do see the like from a girl who be like, bet. So, but a girl can see the like from a guy but think nothing of it. But a dude be like, okay. So yeah, no, I would not. I would tell her how it makes you feel and go for it from there. All right, next one here. If a guy only wants you for sex, does that mean you're just not attracted to them? I've been dealing with this for so long. Men from dating apps in real life simply just want sex with me. 1 out of 10 wants a relationship. They're usually people I'm not attracted to. I witnessed other girls get asked on dates by guys that only wanted sex from me right off the bat. I've also seen other girls get offers of dates and replies on old from men that have not wanted to be friends with benefit with me. They read that, they typed that really weird. Even on Hinge, I only get maybe 2 to 6 likes a day from unattractive men, while I've seen girls in my area get 60 a day. I'm not overweight and don't have any deformities. I used to beat myself up over my shyness and awareness, thinking it's if I only acted different they want a relationship. But now I'm starting to think differently. I'm also in my younger 20s. So your question is, guys only want you for sex, so that means you're just not attracted to them. No, you are attracted to these. Like, these guys are attracted to you. Guys wouldn't just want to have sex with you if they're not attracted to you. They're attracted to you. That's physical. mental and emotional side of it is different. If a dude is attracted to you, he will have sex with you, but he want to keep a relationship with you afterwards? Like that physical, emotional, like that side, that attraction there, does that kick in? Does that guy want to have a relationship with you? That's up to you. That's up to them to decide, but whatever their version of who they want in a relationship. Because once again, I said earlier in this episode, just because a guy hooks up with you doesn't mean he wants a relationship with you. Those are completely different, two different things. Yes, they are physically attracted to you. They are physically attracted to you. That is 100% true. They're attracted to you. So men find you attractive. That's one. But then the physical and then emotional and mental aspect comes into that side. On the other hand, they want to pursue a relationship with you are two different things. So you need to keep your standard. If you don't want to have sex with everybody, don't have sex with everybody. Like, I don't want to have sex. I want to actually put more of a boundary on sex for me. I might not have sex to the 4th or 5th day because maybe I want to make sure that you're around. If you're not around for that 4th or 5th or 6th day, then I'm not going to do it. And if a guy try to pressure you to have sex, just say no. I don't want to have sex with you. I wouldn't even put yourself in a situation where you could end up having sex. Like, I wouldn't go back to his place. I wouldn't invite him over to your place. Dates only. Hey, we'll go public places, we'll go on dates, might have a kiss and make out, but I'm not going to have sex until I feel comfortable enough that you want to pursue a relationship with me. That's completely the as of a relationship, as of a person. Now, these same men are pursuing other women for relationships. Those are two different things. Yes, the guy, like I said, they find you physically attractive. You're attracted to these men, but they don't want to pursue a relationship with you, and they want to pursue a relationship with other women. Okay. For you, you're like, well, unattractive men talk to me. I don't find them attractive, so I don't want to have sex with them. That's your prerogative. That's your prerogative. You don't find them attractive. Of course, you're not gonna have sex with somebody you don't find attractive. That's where you sit at. But it doesn't work the same for guys. So, with that being said, men do find you attractive. That is true. But then put a boundary on where you put for sex. Maybe like, I want to make sure we are comfortable enough where we're actually boyfriend and girlfriend before we have sex. I'm not trying to marriage. I want to make sure we establish a relationship before we have sex. And that's perfectly fine. Then you know that person's there for you, not just for sex, but there for you for a relationship. So I would say, put a boundary on sex for you. And yes, men are attracted to you, but men don't look at sex and attraction. They look at they're physically attracted to you, they'll come try to have sex with you, but they don't look at sex and a romantic, emotional, and mental connection as the same. They're two separate things. All right, last one here. Dating a broke and anxious girl. I, 24 male, have been dating this girl, 21 female, for about a month. I work as a software engineer and have my finances in place. I'm very attracted to her and want a relationship. See, he wants a relationship. The problem is that she doesn't have a job because of anxiety and is broke. She's working on it, going to public therapy once a week. She doesn't go to school, doesn't know what she wants to do, and doesn't know when she'll have a stable job. I'll pay for all the dates and we go on cheap places. I always pick her up since she doesn't have a car and license. What I like about her is that she's easygoing, never complains, and makes me calm. Lately, she said she didn't want to have sex because of past trauma. We did have sex once. I feel like this thing we have is one-sided, where she doesn't bring much to the table. All right, there it is. Should I break it off? I first made the gamble to see where she would end up with. I first made the gamble to see where she would end up with her work life, but not having sex is another big hit. There it is. Edit. Thanks for all the input, guys. I'm trying to read them. Okay, so he's talking about all the input that he's getting from the Reddit. I'm gonna go and read what he said though. Thanks for all the input, guys. I'm trying to read them all, but there's a lot. A bit more context as to why I decided to date her, knowing her anxiety is that I never felt so attracted to someone before. Granted, I only started dating 6 months ago and I'm still learning, but I never thought someone was so attractive could be so attracted to me. She said that she never found someone that attractive as well, so I wanted to give it a shot and since she is working on it. All right, cool. So you just not got in the dating scene. You're not, she's got in a dating scene, or you just got in a dating scene for sure. She's 6 months. First attractive person. You're like, heck yeah, let's see where things can go. You're attracted to her. and you ask her to be your girlfriend. You make a lot of money, you're like, okay, cool, but you want her to bring at least something to the table, or at least have her own job and bringing money too. You don't mind pay for dates. You kind of already mentioned that. Like, you go on cheap dates, do all these things, you pay for all the dates, always pick her up. She doesn't have a car and license. So it wasn't that. It wasn't the car and license. It wasn't the money part of it. It was the part that she stopped having sex with you. She don't feel like she's not want to have sex with you, and that's where you're like, okay, now I'm not getting what I want out of this relationship. You know, she was calm. She kept me calm. She never complains. She's easygoing. Those are the things you want, and then you're also getting sex too. So you're having sex as well. So you're like, okay, all your bubbles are hit. All your boxes are hit. But the moment she took sex away, you're like, all right, now everything else is coming to the forefront. Now everything else is there. You're like, I now feel like I don't feel like I'm happy in this relationship anymore. Like you covering everything. Obviously you didn't really mind. It's all the way to the point where she doesn't want to have sex. And you say she's working on herself. She's anxious and everything. She's working on herself. So you're like, okay, cool. This is not going to be a thing that lasts forever. She's 21. You're 24. If this thing goes forever, you're like, hopefully she got herself taken care of. She's working on herself. Great. But the sex part, you're like, we're not having sex. You're like, what the heck? And you're not happy now. It's cool to be like, hey, you know, babe, I really love being physical with you. I want to touch you. I want to go down on you. I want to do all these things. You know, can we be more intimate and can we have sex? You can ask your girlfriend that. Like, I also want you to be willing to have sex. I want you to, you know, be one to have sex as well. Like, I want you to be comfortable as well. Like, you can have that conversation with your girlfriend. It's gonna be a discussion. Y'all have to talk about it and see, like, okay, well, this is what you're going through. Like, all right, I'm here to support. But at the same time, you know, my needs are not being met too. A relationship is both ways. And you only been on a dating scene for 6 months, so this is a really early relationship. You do have the opportunity to say, you know, this relationship doesn't work for me. I'm sorry. I'm moving on. I'm not happy anymore. But give her at least a shot to try to do better before you say, I'm out. Give her the chance to do that. Give her the chance to be like, all right, I'm gonna try to work on it. And you, like, a few months go by and nothing changed. Then you be like, hey, I know we tried, but I'm gonna call it a day. Thank you. You've been so amazing. I enjoyed the time we had, but I think it's time for us to leave. All right, that's my advice for today. If you guys like this episode, please give it a thumbs up. Please like and share this with your friends and family, people who want some dating advice and want to hear from another person that's not related to them. Share it, please. And also, one last thing, please send your comments, your emails, your questions to alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. That's alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com, or put in the comment section below here, and I will answer in the next episode of Nerdy Dating. Other than that, thank you guys for watching this episode of Nerdy Dating, and keep being awesome. Thank you for watching this episode of Nerdy Dating. I really appreciate it. If there's another episode you want to watch, you can look at it right there. If you want to subscribe to the page and watch more content, it's down here. Also, you have a question about dating you want to put in the comment section, go ahead and do it. Or you can send me your dating question to my email of alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. That's alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. And I will answer your question on the next episode of Nerdy Dating. Thank you so much for watching the show. I appreciate you, and keep being awesome.